I know what you're thinking. Starting a survival garden in the city sounds like a challenge. I've been there too. Between the lack of space, unpredictable weather, and city regulations, it feels like an uphill battle, but let me tell you something. It is completely possible, and with the way things are going, it's going to be completely necessary. So even if you're in an apartment with nothing but a small balcony or few windowsills, you can still manage to grow food. And if you have access to a rooftop, a backyard, or even a community garden, you can take it to the next level. The goal of a survival garden is simple: to provide you with fresh, nutrient-rich food no matter what happens. Whether you're preparing for emergencies, want to save money on groceries, or you just want to become more self-sufficient, a survival garden is a game changer. Here's exactly how to start one. I'm going to tell you step by step. But first, let me thank you for tuning into the Urban Warrior Podcast, your number one source for survival and self-defense. I'm your host, B-Rock Survival. And today we're going to be talking about how to start a survival garden in the city, even with a limited space. When you get a chance, make sure to go to the website and go get your free copy of the Urban Warrior Survival Checklist, absolutely free. Without further ado, let's get it. Number one, you need to find your growing space. The first step is to assess where you can grow your food. In an urban environment, you have to get creative, but trust me, there is definitely a way. For starters, there's apartment gardening, so if you live in an apartment, don't worry, you still have options. Balconies are real prime real estate for containing a small garden. So even a small 3x3 foot balcony can produce a surprising amount of food if you use vertical space wisely. So if you don't have a balcony, windowsills can be transformed into mini gardens, especially for herbs and leafy greens. Next, you have backyards and shed spaces. If you have a small backyard, congratulations, you've got prime garden space. Even if it's just a tiny patch of dirt, you can grow a ton of food. And if your yard is mostly concrete, that's no problem either. Raised garden beds or large containers work just well. So if you don't have access to a private yard, check out the community garden. Many cities have shared spaces where you can rent a plot for a small fee. This is a great way to get access to more space while connecting with other like-minded people. And then finally, rooftop gardens. If you have access to a rooftop, consider turning it into a survival garden. Many buildings have unused rooftop space that can be transformed into a thriving garden with the right setup. Just make sure to check with your landlord or your building management before hauling up a bunch of soil and planters. Number two, choose the right crops. Not all plants are suited for urban survival gardening. You want to focus on high-yielding, low-maintenance crops that will actually provide real nutrition. So here are some of the best crops for your urban survival garden. Leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard grow fast and can be harvested multiple times. They're also packed with vitamins and require very little space. You have tomatoes, one of the most rewarding plants to grow in a container. A single tomato plant can yield pounds of fruit throughout the season. Then there's peppers. Peppers thrive in a pot and produce tons of fruit per plant. Plus, they store well by drying and picking. Then you have herbs. Basil, mint, rosemary, thyme, and oregano are easy to grow and perfect for adding flavor to your meals. Then you have root vegetables. Carrots, radishes, and potatoes can be grown in deep containers or growing bags. They don't take up much space and are easy to store. Then you have like beans and peas. They grow vertically, making them perfect for small spaces. Plus, they're a great source of protein. The key is to choose plants that grow well in containers or small garden beds. The more compact and productive, the better. Number three, you need to pick the right containers. If you're working with limited space, containers are going to be your best friend, but not all containers are created equal. The best containers for urban gardening would be like a 5-gallon bucket. These are cheap, durable, and perfect for growing tomatoes, peppers, and potatoes. Just drill drainage holes at the bottom. Then you have growing bags. These fabric pots allow for great airflow and prevent overwatering. They work well for root vegetables and leafy greens. Then you have vertical planters. If you're really tight on space, stacked planters or hanging baskets let you grow more in a small footprint. Then you have recycled containers. Old crates, bins, and even milk jugs can be repurposed into planters. Just make sure they have good drainage. The great thing about container gardening is that it allows you to move plants around, which is especially useful in unpredictable urban environments. Number 4, get the right soil. Urban soil isn't always the best for gardening. It might be contaminated or lack nutrients. If you're growing in a container, you can bypass this problem by using high-quality potting mix or just DIY your own. The way to do that is you are going to want to use compost for nutrients, coconut coil or peat moss for water retention, perlite or sand for better drainage. A good soil is the foundation of a productive garden, so don't skimp on this step at all. Number 5, maximize your space with smart planting. Since space is limited, you need to start thinking vertically and use companion planting to get the most out of your garden. You can do trellises, which is train vining plants like cucumbers, beans, and peas to grow upwards instead of spreading out. Stacked planters grow multiple layers of crops in a tiered system. Companion planting. Some plants grow better together. For example, basil helps tomatoes thrive by repelling pests. The goal is to use every inch of available space to grow as much food as possible. Number 6, use your water wisely. One challenge with urban gardening is keeping plants hydrated, especially in hot weather. So, here's some smart watering tips. Use self-watering containers. These have built-in reservoirs that keep soil constantly moist. Rainwater collection. If allowed, collecting rainwater is an eco-friendly way to water your plants. And mulching. A layer of mulch on top of the soil helps retain moisture and reduce watering needs. Water is life, so make sure your plants get enough without wasting it. Number 7, protect your garden. Urban gardening comes with unique challenges like pests, pollution, and even thieves. So, what you could do, here are some solutions. For the pests, use natural deterrents like neem oil or garlic spray. Netting also helps keep birds and squirrels away. For pollution, if you're near a busy road, grow in raised beds or containers to reduce soil contamination. So, garden thieves, if you're growing it in a shared space, plant some decoy crops or place planters where they're harder to access. Number 8, keep growing year-round. Even in cold months, you can keep producing food with the right techniques. So, cold frames and greenhouses protect plants from frost and extend your growing season. Indoor gardens for like herbs, microgreens, and even some vegetables can be grown indoors with grow lights. And sprouting in hydroponics. No soil is needed. Sprouts and hydroponic setups let you grow food in a small indoor space. So, my final thoughts. Just get started. Don't let the lack of space stop you. Even if you start small with just a few pots of herbs, you're already making progress towards food security. A survival garden isn't just about growing food. It's about resilience, independence, and peace of mind. So grab a container, plant a seed, and take control of your food supply today. Your future self will thank you for it. Below in the description section, as well as on the website, I have some recommendations for some things that will help you get started with your home garden. Now, for the record, I am an Amazon affiliate, so I do make commission if you buy something, and it does go towards help supporting this channel. Most of this stuff I do have myself. I have used myself, and I do use myself. I wouldn't tell you or recommend anything to you that I do not support. And if you like this type of content and want to see more, make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications, and after you're done here, head on over to the website and get yourself your free copy of the Urban Warrior Survival Checklist, absolutely free. It is a list of what you need for your stuff like your bug out bag and for prepping. And feel free to shop for all of your prepping and self-defense needs in the Urban Warrior shop on the website. And head over to Discord and join the community where we can all chat and share prepping and survival tips, tricks, and secrets. And if you're feeling extra generous, feel free to show some extra support on Patreon. I would love to do this full time. I have a lot to say and a lot to teach, and I think we don't have a lot of time to learn it. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Until next time, this is B-Rock signing out. Peace.